Well, now that the sun is setting, the temperature is starting to fall a bit more. You can plan on the furnace kicking in here shortly if it hasn't already, getting a little bit of a workout. Let's get to meteorologist Adam Claibon. I mean, we're not talking bitterly cold, not down in the 20s, but it still feels pretty cold, even near 30.
True, yes, and plus we have that wind to go along with it, so that's going to make it feel colder here throughout the night. And the colder air is settling in as this system is working its way down the coast right now and helping to drag in a little more of that air off of the colder land farther to our east. We were talking about snow in here. I wanted to show you with this shot right here of Wishkah Valley. The Wishkah Valley School, which is showing, some of the snow that we had here throughout the day. Really nice and pretty. You can see the roads were okay. Started to see a little accumulation though on some of the grassy surfaces, and we'll continue to keep an eye on that, especially for areas west of Puget Sound as we continue on here into the night and then along the eastern slope of the Cascades. So rain and snow still going to be around throughout the night. The majority of us, especially closer to Puget Sound, probably won't see much, if any, snow at all, but that will continue to decrease as we go throughout the night as the moisture heads on out of here. A spotty rain chance here or there throughout the day later tomorrow, and then heading on into Thursday and Friday before the better chances come back in by the weekend. But by that time too, we're starting to warm back up. 42, mostly cloudy skies, east-southeast winds at 11 miles per hour. Sitting right now at 43 in Renton, 41 in Everett, 44 in Oak Harbor, and more of the colder air where we have more of the moisture closer to Hoquiam right now at 34. So speaking of that moisture, where we have some of the snow, here it is. We are seeing that on a satellite picture, and we are noticing some of the brighter whites which are showing up. That's where we have some heavy snow that is falling, or at least some big fat flakes that are falling down. You're also noticing some of the lighter whites and then getting more into the gray color. That's where we might see maybe just more of virga, which is snow that is falling in the air but is evaporating before it hits the surface. So the moisture is still trying to saturate the atmosphere for us, so we probably don't see much, if anything, really falling in some of those spots where you are noticing some of the gray coloring. But as far as those areas right along the coast, the bright whites, that's definitely coming down, and that's where we're seeing some of the snow. Shelton, I think it might be just a little while longer before we start to see a few more of those snowflakes begin to fly there. And then for those of us farther south across the Sound and then going even farther south in the state, you can see that moisture still working its way in. We have winter weather advisories out for the East Cascades starting up at 10 p.m. tonight, going through noon tomorrow for the western Kitsap, and also for eastern Jefferson and Mason County starting up at 6 p.m. and going through 6 a.m. heading into tomorrow. And then we have for the southwest interior winter weather advisory out until 4 a.m. For those areas that are going to be east or west, of Puget Sound, that's where we expect less than 2 inches of snow really to work its way and to accumulate on the ground. Now, for those areas closer to the Cascades and on the eastern Cascades, that's where we can see anywhere between 3 to 6 inches. Now, see how all of this comes together. We go into the night, we get around midnight, and we start to notice that a lot of the moisture will begin to let up. It's not going to be an entire night that we are dealing with this, but the deepest moisture will be here during the first half of the night. Then you start to see some of that moisture begin to blossom across the eastern slope of the Cascades, where they'll be dealing with the majority of the snow here across parts of Washington. Now, for Puget Sound, this is 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. A few light raindrops in place. We still have more of an easterly flow, so that's keeping things relatively warmer. Don't think we're going to see many, if any, snowflakes really at all, and definitely are not expecting accumulations to happen across Puget Sound. But we are going to see that the moisture will clear out quickly for us, and then we'll head on into tomorrow afternoon, staying relatively cloudy, but we are going to start to notice that conditions will dry out completely for us, and then we'll head into tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, still noticing some moisture around, but overall the event will be coming to an end for us. And around the passes, amounts of snow, around maybe an inch on the western slope. Snoqualmie Pass getting closer to around 1 inch. Crystal Mountain closer to around that 1 inch mark too, but it's the eastern slope that you see that really start to spread out more. Temperatures tonight, low to mid 30s for lows, staying above freezing in Puyallup down to 34 degrees. We'll see this move on through, heading on into your Thursday, and then Friday we'll see just a few showers still left behind for us. Jessica and Greg, we go into Saturday and Sunday, still a lot of wet weather ahead for us, and still kind of rainy too, and even into the earlier part of next week too.
As Greg said earlier, I guess it's just winter.
It is 53 more days.
Thank you.